Okay, this is one of my two Alpha 1 bodies. I am running at 1.32 firmware, and I want to talk about firmware a little bit. Intro. Now, I wanted to just kind of review where we're at in the whole firmware thing. I'm going to use that word nicely. 1.32 was before 1.35. You have to go to 1.35 to get to 2.0. All firmware updates prior to the 2.0 are required to use a computer to update. You can't use the card. You can't do an SD card, unfortunately. But once you hit 2.0 or beyond, you can now use a SD card or a CFast Type A card, whatever you're using, to upgrade in the camera, and that takes a lot less time and it's a lot less hassle, especially if you're a Macintosh user, because it is a nightmare to attempt to do any firmware update, lens or otherwise, camera bodies. It's a mess. So basically, we're in a bit of a quagmire right now. We're waiting for another sort of patch / new firmware update, which I think will be forthcoming, but it's been rough. I appreciate everyone's frustration with the Alpha 1, but I do want to point out that it's an amazing camera, the way it is. I'm fortunate that I'm still at 1.32, which is sad that that's an advantage, but I think it is at this point. But I love the A1s. I have an A9 III. The A9 IIIs do not replace my A1s, not by a long shot. And I think when I shoot football, this will be still my preferred camera for football. But for sports like tennis, golf, the A9 III is going to be much better. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of raise the issue, and I want to remind people that once you get to 2.0, you can use an SD card or a Type A card to update your firmware, and it gets much easier and much less frustrating. So hang in there, be patient. I know we've been patient for a long time, but be patient. The engineers are working on this, and they will help us and get us to where we need to be. Thanks so much for watching. Outro.